Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab, in my church clothes, doing what I do. You know it's Sunday. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. I put the message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinkers mission, and yeah, that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking is way of life, and that's what it is. Through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, and that's what I'm on, is that all right thinkers know thyself. So I give you the lessons daily, and if you're a right thinker, your goal should be to know thyself. So I'm giving you the things you need to do just that. So I ask the question, do you know you? When I get done, you should. But that's the question I ask. It's rhetorical. And if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. Help you to know you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I want to do a little quick lesson about the Matrix. I was watching something that came up. I thought about it. And I've been doing a thing about belief and knowledge. Matrix is the belief system disguised as religion or, you know, church. So let's talk about the concept, right? Thinkers, let's talk about the Matrix is the belief system game, aka of life. If you keep reincarnating with the philosophy that you're following, aka religion, what that tell you about the religion? If you don't know, let me explain it to you. Okay, now I did my study, and I hear the story about the archons who stole uh, and trapped a spark of God into humans to keep them here on Earth. All this nonsense. It sounds ridiculous, but if you start looking around and say, "Wait a minute," they feed off of what? Our ignorance. They don't like our intellect. And we know as a people, we're being destroyed through lack of knowledge. The powers that be want to keep us ignorant, lower level vibration. Why? To enslave us to do their bidding. Sounds possible. Not logical, but possible. I don't feed into that concept, but I just know that's the story. Okay, and this is the reason why I start out telling what creation story from our ancient ancestors concept, okay, where God masturbated, impregnated himself, became pregnant, had twins, Shu and Tufnu. They represent factions of elements, which Shu is the air that we breathe. Tough Note is the water that comes down. So God is creating life on earth before we even get here. He's conscious of what's going on. That's the concept. Not somebody stole our spirit or a spirit from God and put us in us. And that's crazy. But if we perform ignorance, we stay right here and just keep the world going. It's a cycle. It goes around and around. And we know what? If you don't learn from your history, you what? Doomed to repeat it. So if you don't become conscious of who you are, you're doomed to come back into this life again and play the game all over again. A mulligan, so to speak, aka reincarnation. Getting enlightenment, knowing thyself will stop the reincarnation and get you out of what? The matrix. Let's go. I'm offering you the red pill. Now, it sounds it sounds like the devil is taking, like the devil took a quarter of God's followers with him. What the what? That's what y'all say. That's not my story. I'm getting this story that y'all say. And the God followers back down here to earth in physical form. I don't subscribe to that. according to my creation story, after he made the elements, Shu and Tufnut, they gave birth to Gab and Nut, which is the earth and the heavens, respectively. And after that, the first spirit from God became the physical form was Asar, according to the Egyptian philosophical concept and the myth that they tell. And depending on where you are, it's going to be Asar, it's going to be Ptah, or it's going to be Amun. Simple. Three different concepts, same thing. But three different places expressed three different ways. But the concept is still the same. The elements don't change. The five elements don't change. Moving on. So the spirit is in a tomb. The physical body, the human body can be one of two things: a temple when respected and taken care of, or a tomb when disrespected and degraded because it's going to rot out real soon. Okay? So we are, understand this, right thinkers. We're divine spiritual beings having an in divine human experience. Human is not divine. What's inside is that's the true, real you. But if the ego is in control of the human part, you don't know yourself. You believe you're human, and when this is over, you're done. Okay? Again, ignorance of the higher self. But we are spiritual beings having a human experience for what? We come here to learn a life lesson as human beings. And what's that? To know thyself. It's Sunday, so I'm cool. All right. But we all have what? Belief in a higher, aka a supreme being. I call it the God gene. We all want to worship something. So some people gravitate toward the Christ concept. Some take Allah. Some do Buddha. Some do Tao. Whatever it is you do, it's still a system based on what you believe. Spiritual ancient concepts is based on what you knowing. You got to become a Gnostic. That's a knower of who and what God's supposed to be through what? Teaching, learning, and manifesting for yourself. God is different for every human being, okay? Uniquely that way. He made it that way. Watch this. So the idea, wait a minute. Okay, I'll go here to wake up, become supreme being, become conscious of ourselves. Again, know thyself. That's the goal of all human beings, purpose for being here on earth. We think it's about being rich and famous, all that nonsense. That's ego tripping. Watch this. The concept of waking up is what? Knowing the truth for yourself, aka thyself. But that could only happen through due diligence, dedicated work, daily perseverance, and having a righteous and virtuous concept and living by what? Your spiritual discipline, not the ego self. Moving on. We are given a mind, aka the brain, consciousness. Why? Because we can know ourselves. We can worship and praise God. We can give him what he wants, all the praise for what he's doing for us. Simple as that. To know who we are. We are given a mind, a brain, aka conscious, to what? Know who we are, aka the self. They say God is hidden from man. God is in man, but you got to go inside yourself to find him, not outside yourself. Everybody tells you that. But we have brains, and we're born what? Like a computer. It can absorb, it can calculate, it can do it, but it had to be what? Programmed. I tell you for the first, I'm getting this from Dr. Lipton. I had a doctor, I didn't know this, but I know the concept. The first 7 years of our lives, we're in the learning mode of our environment. What you get in that first 7 years is going to set the tone for your next few years of life. Trust me on that one. So what we do as parents, we should be careful what we give our children and what we expose them to at a young age. Our brains are blank like the computer, and I found that out. Why? Because before programming it, it don't do nothing. It's just available. It's ready. This computer I bought, when I bought this, I'm thinking I'm gonna come home, plug it in, and start, doing my thing. No, my man, you got to program it. What's the program? Oh, you got to teach it. See, even AI had to be what? Programmed. Moving on. That's the concept. And in the Matrix, they want to program you to what? Stay ignorant, do dumb stuff. We got more people in prison than we do in educational institutions. Nobody see that as a problem. And they tell me 80% of those people are black. If we as a people got our acts together, the prison system will have to shut down. Think about that. Moving on. Again, the Matrix. They love it. Why? They feed off us. We are able to learn. Why? Because we can be programmed. What? Because we have conscience. We can think. We can comprehend. We can learn, and we can manifest. That's why. That's being God-like. We can take a thought and bring it to life, manifest it. We can take an idea, we can take a concept and manifest it and bring it to life. Calm down. I don't get too excited about this, but yeah, I'm amped up because why? We ain't thinking, right? For all who are in search of the spiritual truth, aka themselves, the hand are okay, the handwriting is what? On the wall. And pyramid. Well, not all of them, just one. Okay, understand that. But truth is here. It ain't like, nope, it's here. If you're in search of it, we got people like myself who know it and giving it to you. I ain't the only one. There's a bunch of others. I see them out there. I got no problem with them. I'm not in competition. I'm trying to be ready to know. I'm just trying to enlighten my people with the truth for themselves. We all doing what we trying to do to help our people become better people. Why? Where we at? We go for ignorance. Okay? That means no knowledge. And some people satisfied being ignorant. Sorry. To what? Enlightenment, aka having knowledge, obtaining knowledge of self. Knowledge, self-knowledge is the best knowledge. You can keep your biblical knowledge, you can keep your scholarly knowledge. Why? Because to have that knowledge and not have knowledge of self does nothing for you in the end. Why? Because all the stuff that you accumulate does nothing. But to have knowledge of self does everything for you. Why? And for the next one. Okay? You can live your religion's belief system, but what happened in the end? You will surely die. I'm going to see Christ. I'm going to heaven. I'm a Christian. If you follow a belief system, you're going to die. If you don't become enlightened, if you don't obtain self-knowledge, all the biblical knowledge of what ain't going to help you. Why? Because that ain't what you need. You need self-knowledge, the truth. That's what sets you free. Yeah, now, with your little, you can live on the beastly nature, okay? And that's having ignorance of the higher self. So you live on your lower nature, and as a Mason, that's the 3rd degree. And if you watch the 7 chakras, the Kundalini, Ahmet bites from 3 down. So if you at line 3, level 3, you still ain't made it out the woods, so to speak. So you need to make it to the 4th level. That's the consciousness of self, compassion. But you can live on the 3 degrees of Masonry. You can have an understanding, know who you are, want to repopulate, want to be boss, all that good stuff. That's our ego. 3rd degree of Masonry, 3rd degree on the chakras is total ego. Watch this. In Masonry, on even chakra rooms. But guess what? At that level, death is coming to you. Why? Because I'm not going to take you out. With self-knowledge, again, with the self-knowledge, now in this human form, sorry about that, in human form, what should you be doing? Gaining, you ready? Self-knowledge. Why? To live on the what? To make it on into what? The afterlife. We had a concept of another life after this one's over, a spiritual realm that the spirits go to. I call it heaven. Simple. Another realm. Again, same concept. The things you need to do as a Christian, Muslim or Jew to get into your higher level, the same things you got to do in the Maya philosophy to live Maya. How about that? So whatever you choose, it ain't to make difference the choice. It's the deeds and the actions of that choice. If you're a good Christian, you're blessed. You're a good Muslim, you're blessed. A good Jew, you're blessed. If you're a good person, you're blessed. They don't care about your religion. That's why I don't profess none. I'm just a good person. Excuse me. Now, with without self-knowledge, without knowing God, aka thyself, it is impossible. Let me say it again. Without self-knowledge, without knowing thyself, it is impossible for you to go to the next level, okay, aka the afterlife. You're gonna get reincarnated. Simple. I'm not here to debate and argue. I'm just here to state a fact and to teach a concept. You can take it or leave it, but debating about it ain't happening. Moving on. Reincarnation, watch this, is for all you ignorant people of yourself. Why? You want to live and have fun and games? Do all of that. You want to be religious? Do all of that. But in the end, you're going to come back and do it again. Excuse me. Why? Because if you don't know thyself, you'll be bad. Simple. That's what reincarnation proves. Okay? But reincarnation is what? You not getting, you ready? Or obtaining self-knowledge. So you die and your spirit moves on to another body. Your conscious and everything that goes gets taken out, which is your heart. Okay. The brain has no use after death. They throw that away. So all you got is the heart conscious, and it's gonna say whether you did or you didn't. Simple as that. Moving on. It ain't gonna say, oh, he's a Muslim, he's a Christian, he's a Jew. Get the concept? Okay. Just making a point. That's all. Ain't ragging, ain't disrespecting, but making a point. Telling you the truth from my perspective. That's all. Knowing thyself is what? Is knowing the truth about who you are. That's my goal for all right thinkers. If you're a right thinker, you know who you are. Simple as that. That's my goal. Lack of knowledge is what's destroying us, right? It's the reason for our incarnation and the reason for us recycling, being ignorant, not knowing nothing. And the system wants to keep it that way. They're happy with that. You, on the other hand, keep going through life thinking it's going to be better, thinking you're going to get something better. And the whole time, if somebody offers you something, you'd even sell your soul for a better situation. Not good. So, right here, I was caught up in the matrix myself. And I know why, because I was ignorant of myself and I thought that was the way to go. So did he. We was wrong. Okay? He died wrong. That's on him. I'm not going to die wrong. Why? I got it together. That's the difference. Now, the matrix, understand this. The matrix takes what? God out. So the matrix is like the ego self. It's going to trick you into believing you can get this, you can have that. It promised and tempted you with all the stuff of your desires. When you become a right thinker, you have no desires to gain monetary things, things of the flesh, things of this world. You want spiritual obtainment of what? Self-knowledge. These things don't go with you. The knowledge of self do. Okay? When your head go on your body, that means the spirit, heart, mind made the connection. That means it's time to go. You done sprouted your wings. And that's where the angels are. Angels ain't coming from heaven down here. No. When you rise up there, you get your wings not down here. Philosophically and metaphorically. But breaking out of the matrix is what? Becoming spiritually enlightened. How about that? I just come up with the concept trying to put it in the perspective. You know, if the power that be want to keep you ignorant, want to keep you in low vibration, want to pleasure you with jewels and trinkets and money, being a billionaire, all that. When you die, everybody say you never seen a Brinks truck go to a funeral. So that money don't go nowhere. It stay there for somebody going to enjoy it. I don't want to be rich and leave a whole bunch of money behind for people to act like fool trying to get it. If I get it, I'm going to give it away. Okay? I don't care about money. Never did. Never will. Watch this. Right thinking, right thinkers. We know about the Matrix. Everybody's seen it. My man said, Dr. Lipton, it was a documentary. It was showing you some things that you might want to take a second look at about yourself and what's going on around you. So, knowing that, we know about the Matrix, but watch this. We know how to live what? Outside the Matrix, aka societal demands. I don't follow the masses. Never did, never will. Wherever the masses say, you go the other way. If they going that way, go that way. They say yes, you say no. Why? They don't know nothing. But collectively, they got a voice. That's what scares me. Moving on. Last one. I'm about to wrap it up. Yeah, I see the clock. Let's go. All right. The Matrix. It's an illusionary world based on you believing in it. Again, we back to that word, believing in it. Once you start knowing, the matrix gonna crumble, okay? And the churches and all them other places that falsely giving information and bad stuff will get caught out there and crumble. The truth will prevail. Now it's coming up. The good guy always won. I never in my childhood seen a bad guy win. Doing the movie, oh yeah, yeah. But in the end, he always get taken down. So now the bad guy's winning and he's writing the story. That's not good. Let me wrap this up. Now, the masses who are caught up in the matrix are what? All those who consider ignorant by what? Following religion. I love you, all my religious following friends and family. I love you, but you're still ignorant. I got to call it the way it is. Why? If you following something on a belief system, you're not too smart. For all those religious followers, welcome to the Matrix, aka the church world, the religious world. They got y'all so believable in what they telling you, you don't see the forest for the trees. And again, they know that psychologically, if I give you a lie and you believe it, truth can come and do what it wants. Jump up and down, act the fool while out. It won't make a difference. Why? Because you believe the lie. So you ain't being swayed. You ain't changing. Truth is hard to get to somebody like that. That's why I tell you, those who don't know and believe and think they know, you have to avoid them. Why? You can't help them. You can't change them. It's never going to work on them. They have to want to change. You can't change them. I ain't trying. Moving on. Again, if having knowledge of everything, scholarly, biblical, however, and have no knowledge of self, ooh, they love you. You know everything but you. And that's the downfall for most of the egoistic and successful people in the world. They're successful, but they failing in themselves because what? No knowledge of self. I'm a CEO. I'm a Dr. So-and-so. But you an a-hole. By obtaining, okay, things, objects, titles, awards, accolades, praise from people. You're just what? Feeding what? The matrix, aka the ego self, and keep you lowly vibrating because you got everybody giving it to you. You just loving it. You just wallowing in your ego. You got this, you got that, you do this, you do that. But in the end, bye-bye. Enjoy it while you're here. It ain't going nowhere. You are. Moving on. Last one, and this is for everybody. When your life, for most of our religious people, is based on a belief system, you are stuck in the matrix. And guess what? As long as you follow that belief system, they call religion, you will not escape the matrix. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Hope you got the lesson. Try to make it clear to you. Become a right thinker, know thyself, and get out of that matrix. I ain't gonna call it nothing else. I'm gonna call it what it is. The matrix, okay? False, illusionary concepts that keeps you down, that don't raise you up. I'm here to, like, shoot, he who raises up with knowledge and understanding. That's what I do for you. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Right thinkers, in closing, I mean, you all need to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinkers like you have passed away or still stuck in the matrix. I'll be back.